I am in beautiful Seattle, Washington, which just happens to be the home of America's largest e-bike manufacturer, and that is Rad Power Bikes. We're here to learn a little bit more about what Rad has been up to, particularly with their 4 new models that they launched earlier this spring. So let's go ahead, get back on the bike, cruise over there, learn some more. All right, we are here at Rad, and I found Daniel. Daniel, can you real quick tell us what you do here, how long you've been working here, what's your role with Rad?
Yeah, so I'm a mechanic for Rad over in the service department. I've been here a little over 2 years or so, and so I maintain bikes. I fix customer bikes that come in for service.
Cool, and can you tell us a little bit about who Rad is as a company for people who aren't familiar with what you guys do, kind of what's your position in the bike industry, as well as where you see yourselves going in the future?
Yeah, so we've been a direct-to-consumer brand since 2016. Rad was started about 9 years ago in 2007 by Mike Radenbaugh. We're kind of oriented as a strong, value-oriented company designed to get more people on bikes and to reintroduce or introduce people to the biking world and what it can open up for them as far as possibilities through cycling.
Cool, that's awesome. I know, I see that, and it's on your mission statement on the wall of just like wanting to get bikes out into more hands, and that's super cool. So speaking of new bikes, I know you guys came out with 4 bikes, and I actually got to ride some of them yesterday. Tons of fun. We'll be talking more specifically, but can you tell us about where are you guys kind of heading in the future? Where do you see Rad, 2 years from now, 5 years from now?
In the immediate future, I think we want to expand the features and the abilities of our bikes. But overall, our long-term goal is to establish ourselves as a leader in the realm of safety for e-bikes. And that's been the main shift with our new models. We upgraded the headlights to be brighter for better visibility. So there's a 200 lumen headlight in the front. We've added turn signals, which none of our bikes had before, and they're very bright and very visible in traffic.
Those are cool.
So yeah, very effective. And then lastly, we added a safe shield battery to protect against some of the hazards associated with lithium-ion batteries, which is, I don't want to say the first in the industry, but it's not required, but we did it in order to be responsible to our consumers and ensure that they have a safe product on their hands. We also have added a more powerful motor, or motor with more torque on it, so for better acceleration and power up hills, which is definitely very helpful here in Seattle. Where you have
I noticed that out riding it.
Yeah, definitely. And then also a torque sensing bottom bracket that is responsive to how hard you're pushing, which gives for a kind of a more organic ride feel. It's kind of almost like, feels more like an extension of your body because
and I think that's a game changer. It really it just feels like you've got like legs that are 5 times more powerful, and you're just you're just pedaling the bike around that fast.
Feel like robotic. You have robotic legs.
So I was riding those bikes, and I like probably see it in some of the footage. I couldn't help but smile. It's just like, it's just a very fun, natural feeling. Very different than like a scary, jerky, like, oh my gosh, it just feels like you're insanely fit for the time being.
Exactly. No, it's very liberating. Totally. All our bikes are adjustable between class 1, 2, and 3. So if you live in an area where you're only allowed to legally ride a class 1 or a class 2 e-bike, you can switch to that mode and then follow the traffic laws. A class 1 e-bike is limited to 20 miles an hour, operable by pedal assist only. So there's no throttle. Class 2, you also have the throttle, so you can operate the bike with pedal assist or throttle. Class 3 has the same power limitation. The throttle will work up to 20 miles an hour, but the pedal assist will operate up to 28 miles an hour. So you can go significantly faster in order to keep up with traffic.
And you can adjust that on the bikes.
Yes.
Neat. See, I feel like a lot of people have to choose, when they're buying a bike, whether they want to get a class 3 or they're worried about, their kid getting on there and whatever else, but to be able to change those settings and have one bike that does everything is pretty neat.
Yeah, so if your commute has a section you have to go on the road, you can put it in class 3 to keep up with traffic. And then when you meet up with a bike path, you can turn down to class 2 and then ride with other bikes on the path.
Yeah, and let's talk about those 4 models in specific. Tell us a little bit about those bikes and sort of, what they feature and maybe what sets them apart from other bikes on the market right now.
The Radster Trail is oriented towards off-road use and where you would need more traction. The Radster Road has smaller tires that are more efficient for commuting in the city, where you don't need as much protection against harsh ride. And those are all kind of general purpose bikes. I think of them as bikes that are most like the bikes that you're used to.
So with that Radster Trail, you mentioned off-road use, mountain use. Are we talking like this is a mountain bike that you take to your local single-track trails in a bike park, or where would you ride a bike like the Radster Trail?
I would say medium to moderate trails. It's not a bike that's made for heavy off-road use or throwing on jumps and stuff like that.
I was tempted to ride it down a set of stairs yesterday. I didn't because it was a demo bike, but I would have if it was mine. It felt like it could have handled it. So.
Okay, you felt comfortable with that, so that's a good sign, definitely. I think it's made for riding on, you know, moderately maintained trails or light off-road use.
And I'd imagine a bit better handling in adverse weather if you live in an area like even maybe like Seattle, where you're not going to be doing a lot of road stuff, but might be riding in the winter where there's slush and rain or
stability. It'll it has just better traction for taking up the elements and handling and rough terrain. And then the Expand 5 Plus is an extension of our previous Expand. And so to this model, we've added a suspension fork for better handling on rough terrain. And then also the same torque sensing bottom bracket and improved electrical system with upgraded display and turn signals.
And for people who aren't familiar with the Expand model, can you talk a little about who would want a bike like that? Kind of what are the perks of that specific design?
Yeah, so the Expand is a folding bike, so the frame will fold in half at the middle, which makes for good portability. The handlebars also fold down, so you could put it under, you know, like a dining table if you live in a small apartment. So it's oriented towards people who don't have a lot of storage space but still want to be able to have a bike. You can also put it in the back of a car really easily without having to worry about a rack or taking off a wheel. Or, you know, just kind of trying to fit your handlebars under there and not break parts of your car. There. So it's very portable, and the frame is built to make it ride like a full-size bike, even though it collapses down a bit. And then the Wagon 5 is an improvement on the Wagon 4. A little bit shorter wheelbase, smaller wheels for a less cumbersome bike. The Wagon 4, for some folks that weren't as strong, I think felt like just kind of a big boat of a bike. And so this was oriented towards making it a little more limber and shorter. And then we added turn signals and torque sensing bottom bracket to give better, you know, just upgraded features.
Cool. So how would somebody go about getting a Rad Power Bike? Is this something you can buy at a local bike shop? Do you have to come here to Seattle? How do you get your hands on one? And then how do you test ride one too if they want to get there, actually physically ride one before buying it?
So we have a number of retail locations, which are in a number of places: Seattle, Huntington Beach, Berkeley. And then if you don't live in an area near one of those, you can go to a local bike shop. And we partner with those in order to support them in offering test rides on our bikes, as well as selling our bikes. You can also buy a bike online. We offer a program where you can purchase a bike online and then pick it up at one of our retail locations in person.
Neat. So that way you wouldn't have to worry about, I would imagine, getting a bike in a box and building it up.
Right. Yeah. If you ordered it at home, you would get it in a box. You could bring the box to a local bike shop and have them assemble it for you if you weren't comfortable with your skills. We have assembly videos online. They're on YouTube for each one of our models, and so you can view a step-by-step video on how to take your bike out of the box, how to unpack it.
Nice.
The build process consists mainly of putting on your front fender and wheel, putting on your handlebars, and then putting on your pedals.
Cool.
And that's about it.
Dang. So you're not soldering any wires and
no, not any hardcore fabrication or anything. It's just pulled out wheels and pedals and handlebars. You're good to go.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. And should you run into an issue with a bike while you own it, again, I think that's a concern some people have with, you know, they're not in every single shop, but how do you address that?
Yeah, so we have a customer support team that you can reach out to if you have any problems with your bike via live chat or over the phone. and they'll be able to walk you through basic diagnosis of things. And then if they aren't able to troubleshoot the problem with you over the phone, they'll make a claim and they can ship parts to you for repair yourself, or refer you to a local bike shop or a retail center to have it handled. Cool. Yeah.
And I guess last question along those lines is, what kind of warranties are offered on your guys' bikes?
On all our bikes, we offer a 2-year warranty from the date of purchase that will cover any manufacturing related issues that come up with the bike. So if you have a problem with the bike that is a result of the condition that it came in to you, we'll take care of that for you at no charge. We also offer a number of extended warranty programs from 1 up to 5 years that will cover any accidents that happen, or if you get hit, or if the bike gets stolen, or things of that nature. Yeah, so there's a lot of coverage.
Peace of mind there.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for telling us about these cool bikes, direction of the company. One last time, where can people go to learn more about these bikes, learn more about how to purchase one? What's the best way to do that?
Everything is available on radpowerbikes.com.
Cool. And you can find all these bikes as well on 99spokes.com. You can compare them side by side and kind of figure out which bike is for you.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, thank you, man.